I trusted her with everything, my heart, my life, my secrets. But one message changed everything. Emma had been hiding a betrayal I never saw coming. What she did shattered my world, and nothing would ever be the same. It was a rainy Thursday evening in London when I first discovered Emma's betrayal. I had just come home from my shift at the advertising agency in Canary Wharf, expecting the usual warmth of her smile, the comforting aroma of her cooking, and the soft sound of jazz she loved playing in the background. Instead, the apartment was eerily silent. The lights were dim, and the hum of the city outside seemed distant, swallowed by the storm. On the kitchen counter lay her laptop, open and glowing as if mocking me. I froze, my chest tightening, when I noticed an email on the screen. It was addressed to Thomas, my best friend since childhood, and the words made my blood run cold. Emma had been seeing him for months, lying to me every day, every laugh we shared a fabrication. The timestamps confirmed countless late-night messages, secret meetings, and hidden phone calls. My hands shook as I read her confession repeatedly, hoping against hope it was a cruel joke. But every word screamed truth. The rain pelted against the windows like the echo of my shattered heart. Memories of our life together, the dinners, the weekend trips to Brighton, the whispered promises on the Thames, suddenly felt hollow. And as the storm raged outside, a storm of fury and heartbreak built inside me. I knew one thing with absolute certainty. I could not forgive this. Not now, not ever. Emma had always been captivating, intelligent, witty, and effortlessly charming. We met during a summer internship in London, both ambitious and hungry to prove ourselves in the fast-paced world of advertising. I, Michael, had grown up in Greenwich, while Emma was the daughter of a renowned architect from Kensington. Our lives seemed destined to intertwine. For 2 years, she had been my world, sharing quiet nights in our small flat near the Thames, celebrating promotions, laughing at silly jokes, and dreaming about a future together. Thomas, my childhood friend, had been a constant in my life, a confidant who knew every secret, every fear, every hope. Little did I know, the one person I had trusted most in my adult life, Emma, was weaving a web of lies, hiding late-night messages, secret meetings, and whispered confessions from both of us. The tension between her charm and the growing signs of deception had always been subtle, almost imperceptible, but now it became painfully clear. Friends and colleagues often remarked on how perfect we seemed, unaware of the silent storm brewing beneath the surface. And though I had sensed occasional oddities, the sudden flurry of texts, the mysterious calls she dismissed, it never occurred to me that betrayal could strike so close, so deeply. The groundwork for heartbreak had been quietly laid, leaving me unprepared for the shock that would soon consume my world. The following days were unbearable. I tried to act normal, masking the storm inside while I pieced together every detail of Emma's betrayal. Her laughter, once comforting, now felt like mockery. Every text, every glance, every memory became tainted with doubt. I started checking her messages secretly, tracing every interaction with Thomas, feeling my stomach twist with anger and disbelief. Friends at the office noticed my distracted demeanor, but no one could understand the depth of my pain. Even simple things, the route she took to work, the excuses for late nights, the hidden calls, made me feel like I had been living in a lie. One evening, I confronted her casually, hiding the tremor in my voice. "Emma, can we talk?" I asked. She smiled, unaware I knew everything. "Of course, what's wrong?" she said, completely oblivious. I held back the urge to scream, to tear apart the life we had built, to expose her lies. But I knew this wasn't the moment for rage. It was the moment to watch, to wait, and to plan. Every betrayal leaves a mark, but true revenge comes from precision, patience, and timing. As I sat in the dimly lit flat, replaying every lie, every secret meeting, I realized one thing: she had underestimated me completely. and that mistake would cost her everything she thought she could steal from me. The tension escalated quickly. Emma continued to act as if nothing had happened, laughing and chatting with Thomas when I knew exactly what was going on behind my back. Every casual smile, every whispered conversation felt like a dagger twisting in my chest. I began following patterns, tracking their secret rendezvous and piecing together the nights she claimed to be working late. It was clear that this betrayal was deeper and longer than I had imagined. The apartment we shared, once a sanctuary filled with laughter and warmth, now felt like a trap, echoing every deceitful word she had spoken. One rainy evening, I overheard her call Thomas, her voice soft, almost intimate, and my heart cracked in a way I never thought possible. But instead of losing control, I forced myself to stay calm, cold, and calculating. I started to gather evidence, screenshots, timestamps, and notes, preparing for the moment when she could no longer hide behind her lies. The storm outside mirrored the storm inside me, the rain hitting the windows in relentless percussion, as if urging me toward the inevitable confrontation. Each passing hour built the tension, each interaction adding fuel to the fire. And as I watched her under the dim lights of our living room, pretending to be blissfully unaware of my knowledge, I knew the time was approaching. Soon she would realize that her betrayal had awoken a side of me she could never have imagined. The night finally came. Emma returned home late, laughing over the phone, completely unaware that I had orchestrated every detail of her reckoning. I had spent days gathering undeniable proof, messages, photos, and recordings, each one exposing the full extent of her betrayal. I didn't need to confront her in anger. I had a far more effective plan. I calmly invited Thomas over, pretending to remain oblivious, while secretly ensuring that every evidence file was sent to both of them, their families, and a few close colleagues. The shock on their faces when they realized the truth was priceless. Emma's smile faded instantly, replaced by panic and disbelief. Thomas froze, stammering excuses that no longer mattered. I watched silently, my heart pounding, as the weight of their guilt crushed them both. Every lie they had spun unraveled in seconds, but I didn't stop there. I made it clear that the betrayal had consequences beyond shame. Their carefully constructed lives would feel the impact of their deceit. Emma begged for forgiveness, her tears meaningless to me now, while I stood firm, calm, and unshaken. The tables had turned completely. The girl who once held my heart was now left with nothing but the bitter taste of her own treachery. The revenge wasn't just about exposing them, it was about reclaiming my dignity and proving that betrayal, no matter how carefully hidden, always meets its reckoning. In the days that followed, life felt strangely quiet. Emma and Thomas tried to rebuild their facades, but the damage was irreversible. Their whispers, once secretive and confident, were now edged with fear and regret. I, Michael, felt a mixture of relief, anger, and an odd sense of empowerment. The betrayal had cut deep, but my patience and careful planning had restored a sense of control. Friends and colleagues noticed a change in me, not bitterness, but a quiet strength, an aura that commanded respect. I spent my evenings reflecting along the Thames, the water glistening under the London lights, reminding me of the calm that comes after a storm. The apartment that once held laughter now held memories, a bittersweet reminder of lessons learned and boundaries tested. I realized that revenge, while satisfying, was not just about punishment. It was about reclaiming oneself, establishing limits, and never allowing deceit to define your life. Emma and Thomas became cautionary figures in my mind, symbols of what blind trust without vigilance can cost. And though pain lingered, it was tempered by the knowledge that I had risen above the betrayal. The story ended not with tears or despair, but with quiet triumph and regained dignity. Which character or part of the story did you find most shocking, or which twist surprised you the most? Comment below with your thoughts, suggestions, or reactions. I want to know how this tale of betrayal and revenge resonated with you. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button for more interesting stories. Thanks for watching.